Very excited to share with you guys our 2021-2022 purchasing guide for singers. And we're going to share a bunch of products that we use regularly so we can recommend them to you. And at the same time, we're going to list them in the description of this video so you can find them easily through links. Let me mention that also some of these products we have done dedicated videos for them, explaining some of their features. So I'm just going to cover some of the ideas, but you can get a little bit of some insight into what will be a great investment for you as a singer. So let's go there to a different shot. Now, first up, I would like to recommend the Kahaya music stand. This music stand is well built. It's fairly light. It definitely is one that can keep multiple papers on the stand. And I like it because of a couple of reasons. One, I think is it can get tall enough. As a singer, you should be singing standing, especially when you're practicing. So that's important. It also can come fairly down. Check our video here in the card that we made explaining a lot more details. But another thing that I like about it is that it can be placed on top of a table. It has a different adapter on the back. You can use it on top of a table. And in addition, it has a folder with plastic sheet covers and a clip and a carrying case. So great stand is about $30, and we definitely believe that if you are a music student, a voice student, you should invest into a music stand. And the ones that are very flimsy and don't look like they have backing, those are terrible. I would stay away from those. So let me go here back and try to change this. And now the next product that we do recommend is a Bonnauk wireless Bluetooth microphone. Now this microphone is a very specific one, and I want to show you guys here because I actually have it here. So this is to me a great practice tool. You're not going to bring this to a concert with 100 people in the audience. No one's going to be able to hear you. So this is a great thing to have at home. A couple of things that it does, it has a speaker built into it. You can almost use it to really understand when does the microphone actually pick up your voice, what is the distance that you need to hold it at, and what is the angle that you need to hold it at. For that, I think is great. You can also, through Bluetooth, plug in your phone. We did a dedicated video for this, so check that video if you want a little bit more information on it. But we do believe that this is a great practice tool, and we have been using it in our classes. It's rechargeable, and it's definitely something that I felt for a lot of students can be a lot of fun, because you want, instead of just picking up a hairbrush or marker, you do want to almost have that feeling of like holding something, and also start checking what does it do to your voice. I think the sound is a little bit bright, but at the same time, the speaker is very small, so it's hard to get a really nice sound from a speaker that small. This is $30, and we do think that it's a good investment and a good practice tool for our students. So that's, again, the Bonnauk wireless Bluetooth singing microphone. Now, next up, we want to talk about this. Now, a lot of our students, this is the Eurolive B105, and a lot of our students, especially, I guess, their parents, seem to be confused that sometimes you can just buy a microphone. I have a different one here. Oh, I just want to buy a microphone for my daughter because she likes to sing. This is not going to do anything. This needs to be plugged into a system that powers it and that actually makes it sound. So you need almost 4 components. You're going to need speakers, you're going to need cables, you're going to need a mixer. That's a lot of things. It takes room, it takes space, and takes money too. We're talking about usually $500 for a fairly decent option when it comes to a full PA. So instead of that, you have this option, which is the Eurolive B105. This is a very small, compact unit. It's about this big. If I can show you with my hands, about this big. And what it can do is that it can power a microphone, and you can also plug a couple of things. You could potentially plug in your iPad, so you can run karaoke tracks at the same time that your voice. I do think that the great thing about it is you can put it on top of another stand and get it close to where you are, to where your ears are. So that way, if for that reason, it does sound good. If you need to rehearse with a guitar player, with maybe another singer and a piano player, this is a good option. Now, if you're going to be really loud, you have a lot of people in the audience, this is not going to cut it, but it is a good option for someone that is trying to get something a little bit more powerful, hear themselves, but without necessarily breaking the bank. This actually is $84 at the time of making this video, and we're going to list there in the description, but a good option for singers that want to almost take their singing to the next level. Now, next up, let me jump back in there so we can talk about the next product. Now, if you get the Eurolive B105, you are actually going to need a microphone. So we do recommend the Shure Pga 48. Now, this microphone, I like it. It needs to be powered into something. It comes usually with a cable and a clip. So it's a great option for singers because with that microphone and the cable that comes with it and the Euro Live from Behringer, you actually can start making music as a singer. So you just the microphone ain't gonna do anything, but that microphone combined with that little amp can actually get you going, so you can actually do a couple things. So I would say keep in mind that it's the PGA 48. I believe it's $40. It comes with a cable. That's a very inexpensive price. Shure is a great company. I like it because it's almost like the stuff that they make not only sounds good, but it's pretty rugged. Like microphones, unfortunately, it's easy to drop them. So you don't want to get a very inexpensive mic. We have gotten sometimes inexpensive mics from brands that, you know, it's even, you can't pronounce them, and they're very flimsy. They can get damaged very easily. So let's go to the next product. The next product that we wanted to talk about, and I think this is an important one and one that I personally own, is a JBL Flip. Now, this is a little bit pricey. This is $74 to $100. I think you definitely want to invest into a Bluetooth speaker. In music, I would think one of the things that happens to, I think, all of us is it's hard sometimes to listen to the nuances of a song, of a singer, when you're listening to them through very cheap speakers, through very small speakers, the speakers of your phone. Doesn't matter how high-end your phone is, those speakers cannot compete with a speaker that is much bigger. So the JBL Flip or something comparable, and you can go and search the internet and look for something that's a little bit cheaper. It is, I think, a good investment as a singer to have something that sounds good. These are rechargeable. Some of them are waterproof. They're shockproof. So JBL is a really good brand. It's a little bit of high end, but I definitely believe that as a singer, you should invest definitely into a good speaker, because you're gonna be doing a lot of, hopefully not just singing a cappella, but singing with something else. And this is a great option to power that. Now, this can be combined with other things. Like if you already have like the Euro Live, you could potentially run your iPad through there. So you may not need all of these things. But hopefully this video gives you guys some insight in some products that we do recommend for singers, so they can get started in exploring their process of getting better at singing. So hopefully you find the video useful. Consider giving it a like. We'll see you guys very soon. If you want more information about what we do here, check our main website, thehitmusicstudio.com. And we want to thank you again for watching. We'll see you guys soon.